Hey guys, so it looks like it's time for a bit more 13s for 1300 action. By all accounts, you guys are loving the fact that we've dragged the Falcon out of the shed again. Alright, so last weekend it was dyno, we put her up on the rollers and ran 231 horsepower at the rear wheels. Right, so that wasn't a bad effort, you know, but we did discover a few things. One, that the nitrous shot was firing down through the box, downward angle at that. So that's obviously got to be costing us some horsepower. I've straightened it up, so now it's firing straight into the throttle body. We also found that the nitrous bottle was almost empty as well, so I pulled her out of the boot, threw her on the scales, and found out there wasn't a hell of a lot of gas in that bottle. So I've gone and borrowed a bottle from a mate, and we're going to take it out the drags again this weekend. Alright, so 8th mile will be raceway again, so yeah, no reaction times or any of that things. Fairly basic out there, but you know, hey, just going out there for a bit of fun and maybe win another trophy, we'll see. Alright, so with that in mind, the idea is to maybe carve a bit more weight out of this thing, alright? So I've already got things underway. The sway bars have been pulled out, I've pulled some body strips off, I've even pulled the airbag out of it, but there's still a bit of a way to go, alright? Trouble is, I'm trying to work out exactly how far I want to go. So I'm thinking about cutting the inside of the back doors out, alright, so cut all the intrusion bars and everything out of it, and all the winders and all that sort of stuff. So just get the heavy shit out of the car, right? So yeah, we'll see if we can get some weight, and then also thinking about carving out half the dash, alright, so we'll see how we go there. So some interesting things there, and we'll see how much weight we can get out of this thing, and then see how much quicker we can make it, alright? And of course, with a full bottle of gas, alright, and a few other tweaks, hopefully we can run some decent numbers. That's the plan anyway. Okay guys, so it's time to amp up the violence level, alright? Got me saw. What I'm going to do, rather than starting over here and trying to cut a big chunk away, I've got no idea what's under here, right? So let's start here and see what's under here, and that way it'll give me a look. So see if there's any vital parts under there that might get chopped away. So alright, let's start. Now through here. Bit of a vent thing. Alright, it's got some screws there. Fuck, how are you supposed to get a screwdriver onto them? Alright, we won't worry about it then. Probably doesn't weigh much, but it's a start. Alright, that's the sort of stuff I want to see. Look at that big chunky piece of metal in there. Might look at cutting that out and a few other pieces. Make sure we'll stay away from this wiring. This will give you an idea of just how big a job this has turned into. I've disconnected the entire instrument panel. So now, get this bloody heater and air conditioner unit out. Okay, so I've got a bunch of stuff to do today to get the car ready for tomorrow. Alright, now I removed these side bumper strips. Yeah, they don't weigh much, but hey, I pulled them off anyway. And of course it left this ugly double-sided tape up along the car. Now, you can try using thinners and all sorts of stuff, but the thinners just makes it yucky and it just doesn't remove right and that sort of thing. Now I found the best thing is one of these what they call a caramel wheel. All right, so it's a hard rubber wheel that you can get from pretty much any auto body shop, paint shop, and basically put it on your drill, and it rubs the double-sided tape away. All right, really good on 2-pack paint, like a factory paint. Won't damage the paint at all, not unless you leave it in one spot for too long, but if you keep it moving, it's all good. Rubber bumpers, plastic bumpers, not so good, because it's hard enough that it'll actually carve into the plastic bumper. Alright, so not so good on the bumpers, but great on the painted bodywork. Anyway, I'll show you how it works. Pull my little face mask out. It's a bit bodgy, but it'll do. It'll do the trick anyway. Dr. Taylor. Okay. Obviously you need a drill. Something with 2 handles is the best. Now, as you can see, it's taken a fair chunk out of that in a fairly short period of time, alright? So you just got to keep it moving. Try and go that way along it, because it will grip and pull, and it helps if you're rubbing along the line. If you try it like that, it tends to smear it up along the bodywork, so you've got to do more work. So use it upright and just along the line and keep it moving, and it'll work really good. Well, got lots more to do. Get into it. Okay, so the day's starting to get away from us, so we decided to load the car on the trailer. We're about as ready as we're going to be. Now, we managed to get that heater and air conditioning core out, and we've got the sway bars off. All up, it adds up to 43 kilos, alright? So it's just under 100 pounds, I think. So that's not a bad gain, and it'll be interesting to see what that translates to on the 8th mile. So we'll be up with the chooks in the morning, getting ready. It's got to be an early start to get out there. And yeah, we'll see what it runs with a full bottle of gas. Time to gas it up. turbo V6s and nitrous. So two turbos and nitrous up against just my nitrous. Makes it pretty hard, I'll tell you. So at the moment, everyone's in the sort of high 8, low 9 area. So if I can dip into those high 8s, I've got a chance of making the finals. I'm not there yet. So what I've done is I've pulled the exhaust system off, as short as it is. Pulled the exhaust system off to see if we can get a little bit more performance out of this thing and see if we can dip into that high 8 bracket, right? So it'll shave a little bit of weight and obviously give us a little bit of a free-flowing exhaust. So anyway, we'll see how we go. We've run a 9.3 so far, which isn't too bad, but it's still wheel spinning, so I'm not getting much traction. If I can get a really good pass out of it, a good start, I'm hoping to, you know, get into that high 8 bracket. Yeah, hopefully we can make it in the finals at least. I don't have much hope for winning, but let's try and get in there at least. So it looks like my efforts have paid off. I pulled the exhaust off and the car really delivered, alright? So I ran a 873 by the looks of it and I've made the final. The trouble is, the car I'm up against in the final is a full second faster than me. So anyway, we'll get out there, give it a crack. Worst case, I come runner up. So we're all done and dusted here. Alright, so what happened? Well, I come runner up, so that wasn't too bad. It's been an interesting day, alright, so I only qualified for the final on my last run. Up to that point I was getting beaten by the other Austin Lancer. There was two Austin Lancers, both of them were twin turbo with nitrous, so pretty quick cars. But yeah, I managed to pipped the gold one, which I don't know if we'll see that in any of the video, but I pipped him on my last qualifying pass, so it was worthwhile going out there again. But the trouble is, when I got to the final, I was out of nitrous, so no more gas. So when I come up to the line, I accidentally left the nitrous button on, which meant when I got on the gas or got on the accelerator, all it did was pump fuel into the engine with no nitrous. So obviously it died on the line and just it ran at 10.50. It was just a woeful pass when my opponent ran an 8.20. So there wasn't much chance of me winning anyway, but at least, you know, it would have been nice to give him a run for his money, but without enough nitrous in the tank, well, we didn't have much hope. But anyway, so we've shaved over half a second off our previous best at this track, so that's not too bad. And hopefully we can do a little bit more. Might even up the budget a bit. Alright guys, we'll see you next time.